Greg. Mike. Two bandits. Watching Bluey.
This episode is called Bad Mood.
What up, party people, and welcome to episode 92 of Two Bandits Watching Bluey. I'm your good pal, Greg Painter.
He's been here the whole time.
And with me, he's sweet and yummy like candy. And his name
I
is...
go by Mike Martin. Thanks, man. That was very wholesome and sweet. That puts me in such a good place to be. Thank you, man.
I'm sorry. I'm glad that your mood is pretty
Pretty good. I am pretty great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just been a fun little weekend. I know you just got back from a lovely barbecue. I was just camping up in the Thousand Islands this weekend, so we've...
Folks, we are recording within 12 hours of you listening to this.
Yeah, this is as close as we've had to a live episode.
Oh, wow.
So welcome to the energy.
No edits.
Now.
No nothing. Just bandits talking Bluey. Buckle up. So many
Talking
bees.
Bluey and talking our lovely episode.
Two bandits talking bad mood.
Yay!
So, folks, Greg came in with a head of boo-hiss steam on this episode, and I'm very intrigued by it, and I'm going to pick at him and try to... I'm not going to instigate him, but I'm intrigued.
And the missus was also very like, you don't like this episode? Because folks, I'm going to say it.
Yep.
I think of episodes we've listened to now, I think this passes Hospital. This is my least fun watch of an episode of Bluey. Again, there's no bad episodes of Bluey.
Of course not.
But this is my least favorite episode of Bluey.
Blue Mountains?
This is my least favorite
Okay. That's fine.
episode.
That's fine. Good vibes only. So that's fine.
And we'll pick the fun. We'll have fun with it still.
Always and forever. It's what
I'll
we do here.
explain myself and my rationale.
I'm okay with it. And I will
And you can
not
defend
debate
any
you.
way.
No, I will not debate you. I will just I want to understand because I get some certain vibes about it, and I would like to know from Greg what's up. But hey, Greg,
I want to know before you know what I know.
Yes.
I want to know what our friends at Wiki Bluey have to say about this episode.
honestly, that's a good place to start. Hey, Greg, what's a bad mood?
Bingo is playing Bad Mood with Dad, standing on his feet as Dad stomps around the house, controlling everything Bingo does and causing chaos.
Yes.
But how will Bluey get her to snap out of it?
There you go. Interesting. So, good. Yeah, there's a lot to. I think there's a bit more to unpack in this episode.
There's more to unpack. We talk sometimes about where's the lesson?
Sure.
And I struggle to find that here, and maybe you can find it for me. Maybe this will become my favorite episode.
This episode's called Greg Learning.
Maybe.
The end. I don't know. It's
Maybe.
a really weak episode name.
But it feels...
It's got to be something goofy.
It feels like there's not a lot of point. Mm-hmm. It feels like... Because Bingo's my girl. You know Bingo's my girl.
Bingo is your girl.
I feel like this episode sets Bingo back on her journey of getting her big girl bark and being more calm and happy.
Yes.
This is her literally losing her voice to one of the Vikings who used to go to the 2CW shows in Syracuse.
I picked that up. I really did. So that's
Shout out that guy.
That's a call out to the local wrestling indie federation where there was a fan that would always wear Viking helmets to the wrestling show, and he was known as the Viking helmet guy. So there's a maybe it's just chipping away at Greg's heart because that foundation. That federation doesn't exist anymore in Syracuse, and we get a little bit of sadness out of there. But that's fine. This episode's called Ceiling Fan now because I'm going to stare at the ceiling fan while I try to figure out exactly why.
Well, we'll pick through this and we'll dissect. So we start. We got Bingo scampering away with a biscuit. It's a cookie, biscuit, whatever.
It's us. That's fine.
Hiding behind a chair, looking just like she's a little mouse who found a tree and just going
sneaking away. Fantastic.
And then cue Mom,
boom,
who catches her
cleaning some windows.
You're being a cheeky kid today.
She's being cheeky today, cleaning the windows like a champ. Do you have window cleaners, window wipers, similar to what Chili was using?
Nope, on here. Mike, when's the last time you squeegeed a window?
Nope.
No, I certainly do not.
Was when I was working at a restaurant and cleaning windows, because that's what I was paid to do. I don't even have one of those window wipers at all. I was good at it.
No.
Because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to things. So
I like it when you're at the gas station and you gotta get all those buggies off the windshield.
Sure.
Yeah, that squeegee guy, but not a house one.
I mean,
Although I say that they have like the kids have a toy cleaning set that they have. That
you
I
used
noticed
that
a
on your
little bit.
windows?
I've noticed Livy. She because she doesn't like sneak snacks like that. But what she likes to do is she sneaks fun. Like we were in the other room and we just heard her run to the restroom and I was like, oh, she just has to use the dunny. Runs out, runs back in, runs out, runs back in, and we like go and intercept her and she's running out and she like pauses.
Oh man!
She like pauses, like
Yep.
dead in her spot, and is like, "What's going on?" I see she's got a bucket of water in her hand. It's like, "What you doing with the water?" I was like, "Nothing."
See?
She was squeegeeing the window. She was putting the water in like a little squirt bottle, and then using the squeegee toy just to.
Gotta keep up your maintenance there.
Yeah.
Sir. Keep up your maintenance.
I think it made it less clean, but that's not here nor there. But anyway, cheeky kid,
Yep.
and it's over.
Okay.
I don't get that. Do you get the like that? Because I was gonna shock you.
Go ahead.
I pick on the kiddo sometimes. They're goofball.
Right.
What are you doing, silly? Just like goofy.
Uh-huh.
What are you up to, cheeky child?
Sure.
I pull that. Bingo just breaks.
She gets hit pretty hard. Maybe she
You
has
called
had.
me cheeky.
Well, that's where it's great. Is she calls her cheeky, but she's saying you're being a cheeky kid, and she's like, I'm not being cheeky, and she's like, no,
Oh, no, you called me a cheeky child. I was like, no, it's just being,
There's a
you're being
difference.
cheeky today.
you're being cheeky. Like,
No, there isn't.
Uh huh. She's got that 4-year-old vibe.
She skipped nap. She skipped
Clear.
lunch.
Exactly.
Something. She's protein. She needs a Snickers.
What?
Not the dog. The
I was gonna say, why you gotta do that to my dude?
Remember those commercials?
Yes, you're not like when you're hungry. Have a Snickers. I was like, why you gotta throw Snickers under the bus there, man?
like, and if that was a commercial, Bingo would look like a muffin at that time.
Whoa! Do not take away all of the goodness that we have brought upon being on Pro Muffin and just throwing her under the bus right now. No, sir. I think that yes, she did not eat. She did not nap. Something's missing from the bingo day, and she's like, "This is the worst moment ever. You called me cheeky. I didn't hear something right. I'm out. I'm gonna go lie down.
She was
on
the ground, just
right on my watermelon.
sadness.
Dog.
But what's under that bed?
The helmet, bud. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's in a bad mood because she's embracing it because she is in a bad mood. Now,
How did this game start?
correct statement.
I'm very curious. Was this something that Bluey tried to help her? Oh, put your bad mood helmet in, or
Yeah.
she was like in a legit, actual bad mood, and Bandit's like, well, let's figure something out here.
And that may have been the case because when she brings it out, this is something that has existed beforehand. And I think
Just
and this
saw
is
the helmet
where-
and knew. Oh no.
This is where I think you are concerned because you're still thinking Bingo is taking advantage of Bandit in this situation. But the moment she brings out that helmet, she's having fun. I think there's no more bad mood Bingo after that moment she realized she could do this. Because
Well, 'cause-
why? Because A, when a child is hungry and sad and frustrated, it's a beautiful word. Distraction. If you can distract him just slightly from the thing that made him mad, and you can ask him 10 minutes later, what made you mad, Bingo? She will not remember that cookie at all.
That is a bad distraction, though, in my opinion.
Okay.
There are less destructive ways to
That's what
distract.
I was worried about. Is that
Because who I feel for is poor Bluey is getting roughed up here a little bit. We'll get to it in a second. But one thing I am curious of.
Yep.
Did Bandit and Chili have one too many cocktails the night before and forget to hit the start button on the dishwasher? Or do they need to clean that sucker massively? Because that wasn't just a couple spots. That was a mess.
I had a moment today, I kid you not, where I was taking stuff out of the top of my dishwasher and they were still a little mucked. And I realized I put one of our pans slightly askew to where it was stopping the top rung from hitting it. And I literally had the moment thinking about the episode like, oh, and everything on the bottom was clean. And I realized, oh, are they still dirty? So maybe they had a bit much. Or maybe Bandit pulled a mic and left a pan sticking up and it was just hitting it. Nothing on the top sheet got cleaned. Maybe they need a new dishwasher. We'll leave that. There are some cost imbalance that you could have in that situation.
You would consider Bluey a sensitive kid, kind of, right? We talk about that in other episodes. She even calls herself a sensitive kid.
I think
It's called a sensitive kid.
I think both the Littlies in this household are somewhat sensitive. in
So,
fashion, yes, sir.
I also have a sensitive daughter.
Sure you do. Yes. She's a sweetheart.
How do you think your daughter, or my daughter, your son, would feel if we walked up to the lovely tower they just built?
Yep.
And kick it over, and then take their teddy bear and kick it out the window.
Is this after we have agreed to bad mood?
Bluey has not agreed to anything.
But who walks into the room to kick it over? Is it just Bingo in a bad mood, raising all holy heck, or is it Viking helmet wearing dad with a Krang and what have you situation? Because this is another thing I do want to ask when it comes to the whole Bandit and Chili yes-anding with the Littlies, because she comes in with a Viking helmet, and I don't think there's ever been a time that the parents say, "Oh, not this game." Like, they never say, "Yay, we get to play this game." It's always, "Oh, not this." And I think it's their fun way to encourage their kids to want to play the games because the parents push back. Like, "Oh, not tickle crabs," which tickle crabs for me.
No,
is
it's
way worse.
not tickle crabs.
Yes, I get that, and that's why I'm saying bad mood is not as bad as tickle crabs. But when she comes in with a Viking helmet and he goes, "Oh, not bad mood," Bandit loves bad mood. The end. I think he has a blast in this episode.
Well, of all the doggos here, he has all the power, all the control.
Because he's got the furrowed eyebrows the whole time, and he walks up with Bingo in, Megazord mode, where he walks up and he kicks it. And Bluey, I think this is a very maturing episode for Bluey, because she's like, "Oh,
Let me fix it.
Bingo's in
Let
a
me
bad
fix Bingo."
mood." And she's excited because she gets to be productive Bluey to help. I'm not saying this is the best episode ever. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying we're not going side by side and we haven't gotten to handstand yet saying this is top tier. But I feel like this shows Bluey's maturity of being like, "Oh, well, now we need to fix it." And you give me that look. He's looking at me like,
there's other ways.
Of course there is.
I do enjoy, though, the sinister laughs that we get from Bingo all episodes. I can't help it.
She's having fun. Bad mood is over right from the moment she becomes one with Dad here.
This is the thing, though, and this might be where I'm coming from, my angle.
Sure, go for it, man. This is what we're here for.
It's kind of I'm a believer that if you're scream crying and then you get your way, next time you need something, what are you going to do? You're going to scream cry.
Correct.
So scream cry doesn't work because that's not the productive way to get what you want. I feel like bad mood is also not because this small inconvenience happened. Bad mood. It's like, well, we're not going to do bad mode all the time. That's not what's like.
I can understand that. Yes.
It's not the most constructive fix.
But were Chili and Bandit paying attention to her eating her lunch or taking her nap that day? Or were they a little off, doing some cleaning of the windows and not paying attention, being like,
And poorly doing the dishes.
Yeah, well, I'm not knocking either of them, of course, in that situation, but I think it's just a day that Bingo had an off day, and now it's bad mood time, and, well, maybe Bluey did spend a lot of time building that tower, but...
Yeah, down here she can wipe her tears from that away with the underwear she gets thrown in her face.
Yeah, Dad, sticky
drawers.
Let's
Not
go.
purple. Not purple, though.
Nope. So they exist.
We've got underwear. We've got socks
Canon.
in the scene. They
Bam.
exist. They just opt not to use them.
Now, again...
It is a choice.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Bluey and Chili are prepped in some way to know this is coming. Maybe the Viking hat is like a careful, Bingo's feeling iffy. Let's just live it up so that way she's feeling happy, because both of them are in super helpful. Let's get her out of this mood. We've got this. Oh no, she's in a bad mood? Gosh, how are we going to fix that one today?
That was very clear. Like, Mom was very clearly, we're on team fix it now.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do.
By gosh, by golly, we're going to do it.
I'm not sure if you caught this.
Okay.
There's a very small thing, and I found it odd. When we're destroying everything outside the first thing, at one point, Bandit starts stomping on a mushroom that's like, squeak, squeak. Like it was squeaking, like a toy.
It happens later in the episode where he steps on a squeaky toy in the same anger.
It's the same noise.
I
and I was
love
like,
it so
I was like, I
much.
wonder if it was meant to be a squeaky toy, but it somehow...
His angry brows are so good because he knows that Bingo is having a good time now. Like, she's having a blast, and so now he's doing the Bandit thing of, how far can I push it? Let's just do this. Heck with it. Let's do it.
And I
Mushroom. I've been wanting to pull you out of the...
and again, I'm not gonna be all negative.
Go ahead. No,
I do very much.
You're not.
Blue, the whole moment of Blue being like, all right, we're gonna do this. Let's get you out of that bad mood. And we turn, Bingo's gone.
Bingo.
Just boom.
Because where do they go? They go and sit on
Watching
the couch.
some cricket.
Not only that, something about this scene makes me happy so much because they're sitting on the couch and Bandit is controlling her limbs, and he has her lying there, and he has her hand on her belly, like, just relaxing. She, like, it's not something Bingo would do, but she has dad pose right now. So Dad's controlling her 1,000%. All the limbs are attached to him. Fantastic. It's too good.
Bingo doesn't even like cricket.
Bingo does not even like her. I feel like Bandit, I feel like he had more scruff in this episode. I don't know why. I don't know if I just don't pay enough attention to his,
Beard region?
Yes, but it felt like he had a little bit more going on.
I think you just
today.
think that because a Viking hat makes you assume you have more scruff.
Ah, okay.
It's got to be the Viking
Is that
hat.
what it is? Okay. He's been playing a
No,
lot of
I can't
Valhalla.
believe that you're not upset about this next part of the episode more.
What's that?
Dogs can't have chocolate.
That is very true.
That was a very dangerous moment.
You'll have
Why is
some-
that even in the house?
You'll have a tummy ache.
Why
That's
is
also
it
the-
even in the house?
The question, I mean, future episode, but one of the tradies is drinking chocolate milk too.
Oh, that's right.
Like there's some chocolate milk going on. There's chocolate in this Bluey verse that maybe there's some sort of antidote or something they can take to help. Maybe it's like lactose intolerant for dogs, and they can take it to make the choco hate go away. But even Bluey comes in with that. She has a tone in her voice where she's playfully trying to help. Something consistent. Don't eat that. You'll have a tummy ache.
And then magnets destroyed.
Oh,
That hit me too.
The magnets?
I like my magnets.
Oh.
We used to pre-kiddo time. Anytime we went on a trip anywhere, one of the
Sure.
is the easiest souvenir to bring back. Fun little $6 magnet. Pop it right up there. Probably 50, 60 of them. Almost one of the first things when the kids could stand up. Grab their had little astronaut dude from Johnson Space Center. Pull it off. Head gone, leg gone.
No way, really?
Destroyed. And then we're just like a thing of just kind of like swiping them off the board just because it makes fun noises. So now all those magnets are, gosh, like probably 5-ish years ago, I bought a giant piece of steel, aluminum, whatever, just giant thing, cut it down to size. I put all the magnets on there. I was like, I want to frame this, and it's going to be like a cool art thing I did. Guess where that is right now?
Still sitting in your basement.
Still sitting in the basement
Yeah,
with all the
boy!
magnets on it. One day. They're getting big now. It might be safe to get them back to the fridge.
Oh, did you not hang them back
Poor
up with
magnets.
no arm and no leg and no head?
Thanks to our friend Hot Glue. He survives.
Super glued up.
He survives.
Oh, there was one on there that made me super. It looked like a Kirby. I don't know why. There was a little pink guy. It looked like he was shocked and appalled, or like he was.
On my
Kirby?
fridge?
Huh? No, not in your fridge.
Okay.
On Bluey's fridge.
Okay, I was very confused. It's like, you remember my magnets from 5 years ago?
I mean, I kind of
That's
do.
friendship.
There's one where the two of you were standing outside of a painted post thing, maybe. Do you have one from that?
My dude, that's a picture, not a magnet.
Oh, well, I remember things. Close. I tried my best. Oh.
Moving on. Poor Greenball getting harassed now. That is definitely not would have been my go-to place to go. I'm very much much like you, office at the house. I am very much off. This is dad's space.
Sure,
We're not
it very
playing
much
in
is.
here. We're not running around in here.
Yep.
My computer, my work stuff. This is dad's space. We don't mess with the office. He was wrecking his own office.
Was he slightly channeling something? Because you did bring up the yoga ball episode, learning the big girl bark and all that kind of stuff. Do you think he was channeling what he thought Bingo would be mad at in the episode because she was mad at the yoga ball at that earlier episode called Yoga Ball, learning her big girl bark? Maybe that's
Because she
Bingo.
doesn't know why Bingo. He doesn't know why Bingo's upset. She's just
Right?
upset.
She's got the Viking helmet. So what would she be
Exactly.
mad at? I'm mad at the yoga ball.
He probably said, "Like probably me. What I do? Let's figure it out. Here we go."
We'll learn together. And there's also a callback later on with it feels very similar to Yoga Ball. So we'll get there, of course, because upstairs is downstairs, and the kitchen that they just left is also upstairs with his office, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how we figured out there.
This is just a giant circle of doom. This house.
So
I do like. Speaking of callbacks, though, I do like
ahead.
we grab a good old relaxer chair.
interesting, right?
it is an interesting choice because Relaxer Chair was the most stressed out we've ever seen Bingo.
I thought the same thing, is to do a callback to something that frustrated Bingo so much. The yoga ball. She didn't like it very much. Bluey trying to understand. How do I make her feel better? Let's bust out the Relaxer Chair. When you think about the Relaxer Chair, I think about capsicums and frustration with the balsamic dressing.
Anybody gonna mention the salads?
And the hose tickling her bums. And it's such stressful times that, like, do these people not know what Bingo needs to relax? Because the Relaxer Chair, to me, I've never seen her relax, and at the end of that episode, she's covered in muck, BBQ, and so it's just like, is everyone trying to? Are we trying to? Yeah, I don't know. It's sweet bingo.
Another small thing, just when Bluey gets like this, it's fun when she's playing instructor or teacher or whatever. They start creaking the door. Oh, don't creak the door now, honey. Just like how she's so like maternal. It's just cute. I like that.
Oh, gosh.
We do have another. I'm going to call this another callback. We're callbacks galore.
Yep.
Bluey draws on Love the Unicorn, and the bad mood adds a frown and some poop.
That's why
Release the poop cut.
I was confused about my note because it said Greg's going to be so excited about the loop cut. And I don't know what that meant. He's talking about the poop cut, folks. Because there's an angry unicorn hanging out there showing off the poop. This place is very, very focused on defecating.
It is. It is. Speaking of unicorns, off topic.
Yep.
But my daughter, Emily, shout out Emily, freehand drew a unicorn today.
Okay.
And it's epic. It'll find its place on our Twitter at some point.
Hey, Greg.
But a super epically drawn freehand pencil unicorn from an 8-year-old.
I've got
Love
to do
it.
it.
What?
Why should I?
Oh! Boo
Sorry,
this
Emily,
man.
I love you so much, girlfriend.
Boo this man.
Greg's so excited about the loop cut. Nope, that is not.
Not the loop cut, not the poop cut.
All
I'm not
distraction.
excited. I'm not excited about wasting toilet paper.
Brad,
You
she
never
goes
know.
ham.
You never know when you're possibly, that might be more of a me problem, but you never know when this might be the last roll in that particular room at that particular time.
Sure. Always gonna
Problems can happen.
Always have one at the ready. I've got like an OCD tick to where I cannot walk into a restroom without having the TP at least loaded in some fashion. If I walk away or see it's low, I put another roll in the room. It's just a me thing. That's y'all do your restroom duties the way you do. But
Maybe. Go ahead.
is Bingo in a bad mood anymore?
I'm in a bad mood.
She's been giggling consistently, happily, good to go.
Again, this is one of the episodes where the people who say the parents, cater to the children too much. This is not the way to do it.
Yeah,
not.
well, this is, yeah. I mean, well,
Because she
again-
wasn't wrong. Like, something bad didn't happen.
No, she just
was
got
not
called cheeky.
wrong.
That's it. She got called cheeky and it
Like
escalated real quick.
I might have different feels if something legit rough
Sure.
because they're dogs happened, but it was just you got caught stealing a cookie. Mm-hmm. You are being bingo. You were being cheeky.
She was being cheeky, and she
Just
even did
saying.
the giggle with it too. So
Well, she
she
knew.
missed something, and maybe she needed sugar in that moment. She just needs something to. I don't know. I'm not arguing at all. I'm just.
So Mike,
Yes.
as guy who listens to episodes on his headset
Okay.
and talks about it all the time,
Okay.
I need your critical review
Done.
of the Lollipop song.
The what?
The Lollipop song. Lollipop, lollipop, yum, yum, yum.
I love it. I love that entire moment because that's when she's breaking free from Dad a little bit, where it's like, oh, you could have fun here. That is a very intense, I kid you not, Chattermax level of
Yes.
my goodness, I don't know how much I can take. And I didn't know the lyric. I don't know if Lollipop is the lyric or not,
Lollipop,
but
lollipop,
in my
yum,
head
yum,
it is
yum.
canon now because that is.
So I called you sweeter than candy. It's a lyric from that lovely song.
It is an earworm, and it sticks to you like a lollipop that's at the bottom of your car floor. But man, like 6 hours later after watching the episode, it's still in your head. It does not escape you. So, good job to Joff and Mr. Twist making that song.
That is the difficult thing about being a person who likes to collect vinyl and gets a second Bluey album, you can't really hit a skip track
No,
on
you
a
can-
vinyl very well.
That's
So
on
a good
there?
old- Oh, yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
Bless your heart. No.
But we get it louder and louder and louder until the bad mood can't hack it anymore. Freeze bingo. We're running down our endless hallway.
And that's where I don't know how many times in Bluey you see that running sequence of animation, because it again gives me Yoga Ball vibes. I don't know if they're trying to make sure that this episode is close to that episode of her learning her big girl bark and learning how to grow up a little bit, because this is a deep cut into season 2. But you're looking at Yoga Ball and Barbecue with a relaxer chair being early season 1, and this being so deep in season 2. Are they just chucking that one so far because the animation is so similar and the callbacks are so similar to that episode?
Much like Lost, this is just a big circle of time hops.
The conspiracy theory board is strong, and I think it is warranted. Thank you very much. The end.
Bingo doesn't want to get out of her bad mood. She runs back to him, locks herself back in.
Oh.
This is the point where I think Dad is realizing the lesson might be getting lost here.
Yep.
Because he doesn't seem overly jazzed about that part.
Well, when they run into each other, though, where there's a pause, where they go, oh, and they both stop there in that moment. I don't know. I feel like Bingo is having so much fun in doing what it is. Maybe there is no lesson. Maybe it is not everything needs a lesson.
It's not a lesson when you stick your kid's finger up their own nose and have
Booger.
them wipe it on their big sister.
Throw the toy at her and goes,
No
I
good.
love that moment, man. It's so good. I don't know. And maybe it's just I realized very quickly there's not a heavy lesson to take out of this one, so I'm not gonna deep dive.
I do like the cut though. That was like, why did she like being in a bad mood? And we just cut to the inflatable guitar jumping on the bed, and then just hits the heck out of that little porcupine toy.
It's Bluey trying to rationalize when maybe there is no lesson to be learned. Why does she like being in a bad mood? It's just a moment right now. Just let the moment.
I'm
be.
sure everybody in their own life has people that they would say just enjoy being a bad mood.
Just let them
Enjoy just
so long as you
feeling
know that
feeling
that
a little
bingo
bit
will
more.
just as long as that bingo will get out of that bad mood, then we'll keep chilling with that bingo,
Hey,
and
friends,
life's great.
let me help you out here. Next time that you run into one of your friends, your acquaintances,
Yep, put
your
on a Viking helmet.
school colleagues, just picture a Viking helmet on their head and them having those big frown eyebrows.
Oh, I love
and then they won't bug you anymore. You're like Unless the person you know who's in the bad mood is Viking helmet guy from 2CW, then they get real confusing picturing a Viking
Yeah.
helmet on him.
Because you'll also have a Viking helmet on, and this would be very confusing.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
But what do? They set a trap. I love whenever they're just play acting and pretending.
Yep.
They're great actors.
Oh, very much.
Top notch.
Very
Whenever they're clearly fake acting or setting a trap like Bluey, oh, this is the best house I've ever had. Hope nothing bad happens to
Furrow.
it.
So many furrowed brows. Because now Bingo's just committing to having fun in bad mood, and Bennett's like, okay, I'll be a ham. I'll cheek it up. I can knock over this house, no problem. I've got cardio in my bones. I've got this. Oh, Bandit.
I feel like
Yep.
if I lined my kids up
Okay.
and I had them race down the yard, one option they're running,
Yep.
the other option they are in one of those little cars and using their feet to make it run.
Okay.
Are going to go a heck of a lot faster just running.
You're going to?
They are.
Oh, okay. Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I thought you were saying you'd be able to
I
catch
will
up.
be stuck and they will need the jaws of life to get me out of that car if I try to get into it. But again, Bandit playing it up.
Yep.
Can't make it. Falls down. Bad moods. Hate running.
I feel like his cardio did get to him a little
Oh
bit.
no!
Yeah, I feel like he, or maybe he did realize, this one's gone too far, and there's not too much to learn, and I've caused too much chaos in this house. Okay, this is how I end it. Just fetal position.
Pull her out and put her in a good mood with a nice, happy, flowery hat.
So
Cuddle.
maybe because I appreciated
Cuddle.
Bad Mood Bandit so much,
Cuddle.
I was just like, oh, come on, man. This is lame. I really like this final bit of 45 seconds of cuddle the car.
I actually like that.
I knew you would!
It was cute.
Sure.
Especially the end. It's like, I want to cuddle my bad mood.
Yeah.
All confused. He's not bad. He's just behaving bad.
Yes.
And I suppose that might be the lesson. Because I'm not a cheeky kid.
No, you're not.
I was just acting cheeky. Maybe this isn't the worst episode. Maybe it's just acting like it is.
Curtain call. All right, folks, that's it.
We get the hug.
Shout outs, all that good stuff. Peace
Hug.
out. Oh,
Helmet
man.
falls off. And credits. Hey, Mike.
Dude, the Viking hat falling off is like a little awesome cherry on top. I'm not gonna lie. It's just because he was the only bandit dad moment you had was him being like, "Oh, the glasses," and stinky glasses, and at the end where he's like, "Yeah, love you too, kid." So
Exactly.
go ahead. Sorry.
What was your favorite thing, Mike?
My favorite thing was actually that moment of slight silence where Bad Mood Bandit ran into Bingo again and they realized we're not done here yet. And there's that interesting interaction between the two of them and they acknowledge it. And then you get boogers and they're back and having fun.
Gross.
So you know what? It meant something to me. I don't know why. It's just, I like Bad Mood Bandit. It's fun. So that was my favorite thing today. Was that also your favorite thing today,
It was
Greg?
not.
Oh, okay. Then what is your favorite thing?
My favorite thing was Bingo's evil giggles whenever it's not me, it's my bad mood.
See? She's having fun.
Sometimes fun isn't the most important thing, Mike. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes
Reevaluate.
it's how we learned the lesson.
Well, then with that being the case,
Yeah.
who was your favorite character?
My favorite character was Good Mood Mom.
Oh, man.
She was just cuddle, just hugging a tree, hugging Bluey, hugging the gnome, hugging the car. It was just goofy, and I liked it, and it made me happy.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite? Was that Sane?
No, not even close.
Who was your favorite character?
Bad Mood Bandit, dude.
I knew it. Yep, 100%.
Absolutely was. He knew she was in a bad mood. We're going to figure out the way to make it better, and we're going to do it by having furrowed eyebrows. I don't know what's wrong with her, but we're going to fix it. And right out of the gate, the moment they started playing Bad Mood, it was no longer about why she's in a bad mood. We're just going to distract it enough to where she's not going to remember why she's in a bad mood. Good golly, that's why she's in a bad mood. Why is it? She doesn't know anymore because she's having a good time. She's in a good mood. The end.
Whatever. When your argument ends with a...
Yes.
Your argument's no
You know
longer
I nailed
valid.
it.
Spit on the mic again. Sorry, Brent.
That's what I do.
So how do you rank this lovely episode?
I'm gonna rank this episode. I think I never had a concrete one after talking about it and listening to it and thinking about it. I think I'm gonna rank this episode. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a 9 because that's where I think this episode lines up in the timeline of Bluey. This is like episode 9 in the entire timeline.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, that's. I wanted to go for something goofy and fun, but I think this is such an early episode that's how I am going to rank it. This is such an early ep. I give this 9 in IMDb. Greg, how are you going to be able to rank episode 92 of Bluey? That's right. Is that
I
what we're
rank-
at?
I
Rank Bad
rank-
Mood, baby.
I ranked this one 1,000 times. The Lollipop song played in my head after watching. Lollipop, yum, yum, yum. Thank
my
you all for listening.
Always
As
and
always,
forever.
appreciate you.
I can't even.
Plug a clock.
There's too many.
linktr.ee/watchingbluey merch, Patreon, socials, tickety tack.
Us.
Go check it all out.
That's us. There's still so much us.
watchingbluey@gmail.com.
Still us.
Unless you are a third-party scammer who sent us like a million emails
Yeah.
this weekend.
Thanks, no thanks.
Woo!
Got approved for so
Youch.
many global loans and stuff.
So
Good job,
many.
Kurt.
But send us your act. Yeah, who's Kurt? Is he the third bandit?
Where have you been the whole time? Are you joining us for episode 100?
Watching Bluey at Gmail. We had some people send some cool emails that
Yes.
we'll get to when we get closer to them. But
Oh,
appreciate
man.
that. Keep sending stuff in.
We've got eyes on that. Don't you worry.
We also have our P.O. Box 2372, Syracuse, New York.
That's here.
13220.
That's right.
And hey, Mike, you know what I got in my hand?
You
Right
have... Oh, you're making heart hands for
I
me.
have
You're
a
making-
lovely
Oh,
piece
man.
of mail
Unopened.
from awesome fan in Idaho named Ethan. Unopened. So let's see 1 second.
This is currently fresh
Ooh,
from the P.O. box.
that new mail smell.
He stopped there on the way here today.
I didn't realize too. Quick side note that you can actually get into the post office with your P.O. Box key after it's closed.
Secrets.
Secrets. Now I know. Lucky me.
Oh, man.
What do we got? We
Is
got a
it-
lovely letter. Oh, we got 2 lovely letters.
Uh-oh. Both signed to Mike.
Oh my gosh, these are amazing. Check these out.
Yeah.
We got
yeah,
two.
boy!
We got two extraordinary. Wow, these are well done. Two really, really cool. I'll give you yours, and we'll have to put these on the TikTok or the Twitter and on Threads here. Awesome little pictures of our little representation as doggos.
I'm doing the thing where I don't talk because my mouth is just. I love it. This is so great. This is so freaking cool.
And a lovely letter from Ethan here. I'm not going to read the whole
That's
thing
all
here,
good.
but I'm
Thank
going
you so much,
I'm going to go
Ethan.
through. I'm going to say I will give Ethan a nice shout out here too. I do love to. I just noticed. I'm reading this on the fly. He also mentioning how he likes our D&D talk and came up with some classes for the Bluey characters. We've got
What?
Bluey as a fairy sorcerer. I can see that. Bandit would be a gift barbarian, and Chili is a toss up between fighter and ranger. Originally thought ranger because of her bow connections. Makes sense.
thinking the same
I can
thing.
see fairy too. Finally, Bluey would be a satyr artificer.
Oh,
Dang. Because satyrs are chaotic, fey beings, which fits Bingo to a T, especially in this episode. My goodness, barbarian bandit in this
Barbarian
one
bandit, 5 times
for
fast.
sure, with
Bandit
his
goes
Viking
into a
helmet and
rage.
all. Love it.
It never goes into a rage.
He does put here partway through. If you enjoy this, you can check out the rest of my work at slasher1113.carrd.co.
And you'll get a plug on the description there,
It
Frank.
says, don't feel like you have to shout it out, but I won't mind either. Well,
Too late!
I'm glad you didn't say please don't shout it out because I read that part first. But we got some cool. He's a D&D fan and loves our shout outs about that.
Oh.
Fan of the pod and all around cool person. So
Rolled a nat 20 for persuasion to
love
be
me
our
these.
best friend.
This is very, very cool. I'm
That
a big
is
fan of these. So thank you
super
so much,
rad.
Ethan. If you've got anything you want to send our way, please do. We love seeing it. Fills our buckets, fills our hearts with joy. So thank you, Ethan, and thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Didn't we get one more?
We got a couple of emails. We got somebody we're doing something special for episode 100, so I was keeping that one locked away.
Ooh,
and we have somebody talking about a future episode too.
There was an anonymous podcast review that came through, so we will keep it anonymous. But they did give us 5 stars, said they love our podcast and that their dad and they listen to the podcast in the car when they go to school. And
that's right.
They tune in on Wednesdays and swing in the playground and listen to it every single time. So we can't thank you guys and gals and everyone so much for listening to us. You are all just a freaking treasure in our hearts, and that's
You're
why
all
we
just
do
beautiful
this,
people, and we
honestly.
appreciate you.
As much as I want to say I do it just to hang out with Greg, we do it for y'all. You're the best. Gosh.
And lastly,
Oh, man. Australian Vikings. Come on. There has to be some form. And most importantly, sorry.
if you want cookies without your mom stealing them away from you and calling you cheeky, why don't you check out Miss Cookie Brisbane?
Okay, that counts. That tracks.
They create cookies, cupcakes, desserts, and truly unique and proficiently decorated for you and your loved ones. How about that? Baking something delicious for any occasion, whether it's a day that you're cleaning the windows or just feeling cheeky for other reasons. I wonder if they can make Viking hat shaped ones. I bet they
questions
could.
asked.
I
Send
bet
an
our
inquiry.
friends at Miss Cookie Brisbane could do it. MissCookieBrisbane.com.au.
The one and only. Gosh. So the anonymous reviewer did say if they could give us a hug, they would. So big hug to them. And also 100 stars out of 5. So,
Ooh.
good luck following up that review, folks.
Boom shakalaka.
Good luck.
Love it. Appreciate y'all. Next week we've got ones that'll make me slightly less salty, probably.
I feel like you're feeling better.
I got some fun ones. We have some fun ones in the chamber coming up. I was taking a look at the future.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna get.
It's
great.
gonna get real cool soon.
Oh, come
But
on.
we're not gonna talk about that night.
Stop being a bad
No,
mood,
why?
man. Why
No,
is that,
why?
dude?
Because it's gotta be done.
It's gotta be done, folks.